12 signs you may have low stomach acid, and how to strengthen your digestion to restore balance. Where acid from your stomach is splashing upwards into your esophagus. This happens when your stomach acid is not strong enough. So your food doesn't break down properly, and it sits longer in the stomach. Undigested food then starts to ferment, causing gas and pressure
that pushes your stomach acid upwards.
This is why taking antacids doesn't usually fix the root of the problem. You may just need to strengthen your stomach acid instead of neutralizing it, and we'll talk more about this later.
Another sign is burping soon after meals.
It's not that you're swallowing air when you eat. Constantly burping after eating is simply coming from indigestion food that's fermenting. People who have low stomach acid tend to burp more often after eating protein from meat, as you need very strong stomach acid in order to break protein down. Which also ties into sign number 3. Have you noticed that after eating meat, fish, or eggs, you suddenly become a bit nauseous? Well, there is an enzyme called pepsin made by your stomach, which is designed to break down the proteins that you eat. But your stomach acid needs to have a very strong acidic pH between 1.5 to 3 inches to activate this pepsin. But if your stomach acid is low, your pepsin simply doesn't work properly.
So the protein you've eaten ferments, creates pressure that your brain interprets as nausea.
Have you noticed that after eating meat, fish, or eggs, you suddenly become a bit nauseous? This tends to happen more so at night after eating foods that are high in fiber,
like vegetables, nuts, fruits, or grains. But then you notice that you wake up the next day and the bloating has gone down significantly. This usually means that there is an overwhelming of certain microbes in the gut,
which are fermenting rapidly, pushing the gut outward. Strengthening your stomach acid, however, often helps to restore balance to these overgrown gut microbes. This is why so many people turn to apple cider vinegar for the acidic acid that it contains.
Now, sign number 5 is an anxious or irritable feeling,
which feels like a nervous energy in the body within a 2-hour period after eating a meal. When stomach acid is low, the indigestion food can irritate your vagus nerve. This triggers adrenaline release, making you feel anxious, righted, or irritable. In some circumstances, people even experience trembles in their hands, as they aren't absorbing enough magnesium and B vitamins from their food to keep their nervous system calm. Some people also start sneezing after eating. As food sits undiagnosed in the stomach, those proteins don't fully break down. So they begin recirculating through the blood. This can sometimes manifest as a runny nose, a mucus buildup,
or a constant urge to clear your throat after food.
Sign number 7 is constant bad breath.
Even if you brush your teeth regularly or scrub your tongue.
If you have low stomach acid, the undigested food can break down into volatile sulfur compounds.
This gives you a very strong sulfur or even sewage-like smelling breath. Low stomach acid can also show up in your stools.
Stools that are pale rather than a normal dark brown that float in the water, or frequently stick to the pan, usually means that your liver is not releasing enough bile. So the fats that you are eating aren't fully being broken down.
Changing the texture of your stool. However, when we naturally strengthen our stomach acid, this also triggers bile release,
helping the whole digestive system to simply work as it is intended to. You can also get indigestion food,
especially seeds, fiber, or vegetables that are remaining in your stool intact and indigestion.
This tends to happen when stomach acids are very, very low, or 2. Especially in individuals who have taken antacids or PPIs long-term,
which have been neutralizing your important acids for too long. Later in the video, I'll show you how you can bring back normal acid levels.
But first, number 10 is craving salty foods.
Did you know that your body naturally should be making at least 1.5 liters of stomach acid every single day?
But to do this, it needs certain nutrients, especially chlorides, which comes from salt.
But if your stomach acid is low, you may begin to crave more salty foods.
And unfortunately, most people tend to reach for crisp, chips, and processed foods,
instead of using healthy forms of chlorine, which come from sea salt.
And this ties into number 11, craving carbs, not protein.
Especially seeds, fiber, or vegetables that are remaining in your stool intact and indigestion.
It's probably because stomach acid is low and your body is wanting quick energy from sugar or sweets.
Because it's finding it difficult to digest protein. However, protein is a superior source of energy and nutrients to carbs.
We just need to be able to digest it properly, and we'll work on this in a moment. But the final sign here is nausea, lying down. Are you getting tired of going to bed almost every night and feeling nauseous when you lie down?
This is come and gain is often triggered by low stomach acid and a weak sphincter above the stomach. That is allowing the digestive juices to flow upwards when you lie down flat.
However, natural acidifiers, salt, and digestive enzymes can help to eliminate this problem. Now at this point, the question is, why does stomach acid become weak in the first place?
In most people, it's not age or genetics.
It usually comes from stress, dehydration, low mineral intake, long-term anti-acid use, or acid-blocking medications. And also, years of eating processed foods can slowly weaken your digestion. These things don't cause symptoms or problems straight away. When low stomach acid is left unchecked for long periods of time or years, it can start affecting the rest of your body as well.
For example, you may get bone loss or osteopenia because you aren't able to fully absorb calcium and magnesium properly for strong bones.
Some people become anemic or chronically tired because they're unable to utilize iron and vitamin B12 properly.
Bacterial overgrowth can also occur in the gut or the stomach because your acid is needed to help keep this bacteria under control.
And without enough acid, flour becomes slog from the burlap, which can lead to cholesterol stones forming in the burlap.
The important thing to understand here is that low stomach acid isn't permanent.
And it can be rebuilt with natural remedies and simple lifestyle changes.
If several of these things sound like you, this is exactly what I cover in my Stop Acid Reflux Guidebook. It's a step-by-step system to rebuild stomach acid and digestionally, instead of just masking the symptoms. I'll put a link down below to that if you want to check it out.
But now, let me show you the simplified version on how to restore your stomach acid right now.
Step 1 is to signal the digestive juices.
To digest food properly, your stomach first needs to know that food is coming.
Natural acids, bitter compounds, and warm liquids
Can all help to tell your stomach that food is on the way, so that natural acids and enzymes are released at the right time. And one of the best remedies is called apple cider vinegar. Mix 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar in about 500 milliliters of warm water. And then drink this through a strainer about 10 to 15 minutes before you eat a meal. The acetic acid briefly lowers your stomach pH. This triggers the release of gastrin, hydrochloric acid, pepsin, and digestive, so that your stomach is really ready for that food. You can also add some lemon juice to this drink if you wish. One teaspoon of raw lemon juice also has citric acid, which can improve blood flow, so that your digestive system is ready to break down fats and proteins from your food.
Lemon juice is also rich in vitamin C, which is a raw material used to build stomach acid.